Yeah, hi Sandra. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Yeah, I can hear you.
afternoon.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please confirm you can share your screen.
Let me go ahead and share the screen.
Yes, please, over to you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. So, first of all, this is to present the IDIA Trader. The IDIA Trader is a platform that allows you to trade with any broker of your choice. And this is the login page. So first of all, if you don't have an account with IDIA Trader, it's a simple sign-up process. Just a quick one, your email, your password. And then once you have that set up, the next thing for you is to choose any of your preferred broker on the list. And then you can basically go ahead and trade. So having looked at the IMDT analytics and doing your analytics with IMDT and having, have your stock selection. The next process is to actually execute this trade through a broker that is licensed with the NGX market. So the first thing you need to do is to log in, and once you log in, you can basically, trade, fund, and then go ahead. But in the next few seconds, the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the IDIA Trader with an existing portfolio. So the assumption is that you've opened an account or you have an account with a broker already, and then you funded or you have an existing portfolio. So we are going to step through the features of IDIA Trader and how you can execute seamlessly, because apart from doing your data analytics, you need to be able to also trade seamlessly and be able to make sure that your execution is as flawless as possible. So IDIA Trader gives you all of this functionality to allow you to do your trading seamlessly. So in the next few minutes, I'll walk us through the setup. All right. So I'm logged in now to my profile on IDIA Trader. And this is the landing page where you have the IDIA Trader. So I'm just going to give a quick overview, not to take much of our time, to basically, just give you an understanding of what you're seeing and how this can impact, your experience. So first of all, IDIA Trader gives you your stats, your cash balance, and what is available for you to trade. Then also you have an option of either you trade as a pro or you trade, using the wizard metaphor, right? So basically, whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, an advanced trader, IDIA Trader got you covered. Now, having looked at it, so today we've made some stock selections, and looking at our portfolio, right? We actually have, having choose this portfolio, we have a staggering, we have some decent returns, right? That's about 34% return on our investment. And then we have our portfolio distribution, and then we have the sector, then we have the details of portfolio holding. So basically, this gives us a snapshot of all our investments portfolio, for us to know how well our portfolio is performing. Now, one of the features that basically forms the fulcrum of this conversation is how do you leverage AI, to be able to make, critical investment decisions. So earlier in the presentation, you've looked at the process of selection where the analytics helps you suggest the good stock investment. But one of the things about investment is that you also need to basically, investment requires three key actions. The first time is the entry, right? Whereby you enter, which the IMDT has shown to be able to, help you with that, guide you with entry, make choices. Okay. Now, once you've entered the investment, once you are, you've invested your funds, the next thing is monitoring. And IDIA gives you the monitoring aspect, which is like allows you to monitor that portfolio critically so that you don't, you have to keep an eye because anything can happen in the world and the events are changing. So you need to be monitoring your investment, which this gives you a quick snapshot of how your investments are doing, right? So once you have that in place, the second thing is to uh, look at how do I make decision about my investment. So I have this portfolio. These are arrays of portfolios I have. When do I know? Now, all of them are performing differently, right? But when do I know when to either to buy more or to sell what I had? What can I do now? Leveraging the power of artificial intelligence, AI, built into the InfoWARE IDIA trader, the first thing is to actually have what we call analyze my portfolio. So this is the first of its kind AI assisted financial analyst. Now, you could basically have to go to an analyst to help you analyze your portfolio and be able to make it, decision about what stock you review. Now, with the leveraging on the power of AI, we are giving everybody an opportunity to leverage on this AI assisted analyst to be able to look at your portfolio. So within the next 5 minutes, I'm going to deep dive into it and I'm going to explain how you can take advantage of this AI feature. So the first thing is you click on Analyze My Portfolio. Now, when you click Analyze My Portfolio, this basically looks at your portfolio set and do a comparative analysis. Now, there are two sections to this analysis. You have what we call the weighted, basically a technical analysis of your portfolio. Now, what this means is, like I mentioned earlier, there are two, the IDIA trader caters for different levels of investors, beginners, um, intermediate and advanced investors. Now, if you're an intermediate or advanced investor, you basically, you have familiarity with all of these investment technical concepts around beta, alpha of a portfolio, right? So what is saying in essence is that you basically have a beta of less than 1, which means your portfolio is carrying less risk than the general market, represented by ASI, which is the all share index. So it's telling you that this is a good thing, right? And you probably exceeded the performance. And now if you're, so basically it explains to you what a beta means, right? So if I have a beta of 0.86, it's saying that I have a well-distributed portfolio. So which means that I'm carrying less risk, right? And if you look at it, actually, I have my investment distributed, which means that I'm not exposed to even a sectorial, risk that much, you understand? So there's a lot of, just stuff analytics you can get. Now, you also have the PE ratio, which is price earning ratio, right? So it's saying that the weighted average of P is 248. So it said the weighted average PE ratio of general represented by the ASI is 11.84. One way to interpret this of this average being greater than ASI, that your portfolio as of its current makeup may be overvalued. So you might want to look at some holdings in your portfolio with PE to critically whether you should continue to hold them. Know that high not necessarily doesn't mean a bad thing. High growth stocks. So now you see this aspect of investment actually now basically is talking to you like an analyst beside you. So you have a analyst clearly sitting beside you and trying to guide you, showing you data to match. So this is not just, some inferences. I think it will be, these are things that have been built up, for the last 10 years of data being used to make inferences, right? And actually advising you to basically consider this point why, looking at your investment. So this is critically important when you are monitoring your portfolio and you're monitoring, and every day this changes. Every minute it changes during market is real time. The analysis is real time. So basically what you're getting is a real time assessment of your portfolio. Now, you can add it as part of your strategy and confluences where you want to make a decision of exiting an investment. Now, we talked about this, in details, which is the analytics. But one thing is that most people are beginners. They don't understand. And not everybody has gone to Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers. Not everybody has a finance degree and all of that. So at least sometimes this thing doesn't make sense to to you, sometimes. And we don't want a situation of leaving everybody out. But we kind of looked at it and say, okay, what does this mean in layman terms? Why do I need to care? Because all I'm interested in as a layman is for me to put my money to work and get a decent return. That is all I care. I don't care about the technical linguistic jargon, right? So because of that, the AI now basically using the InfoWARE Market Data Terminal, AI or buy signal. So previously, this has been, the previous speaker has basically, given a detailed demonstration of the AI, experience using the IMDT. Now, the IDIA trader is now built on IMDT, which is like, okay, based on all of this AI on the IMDT, how can I advise, you as an investor on how to make sense of all this in a simple layman terms, without any need for complex jargons, right? So first thing first is to look at each stock that you have, and it takes what we call like a vote. If we call it votes, it's like, a democratic way of assessing a stock, right? So which is like, there are signals, right? There are technical indicators, a whole lot of them, but the key technical indicators are picked, right? And one of the things, if you're a technical analyst, one thing is that sometimes um, stuff, signals coming from different, indicators. One indicator is telling you by, just like when you have financial analyst, especially if you're watching TV, an analyst says buy, another one say hold, another says sell, and then you are confused, right? And you are now, which one will you follow, because you buy, hold, or sell. So it's usually very, very confusing, when you're doing it. But the simple thing, what IDIA trader is now doing is that, okay, why don't we put all of these, technical indicators, put them to a vote? Now, what it means is a vote is that, what does this indicator says? Buy, sell, hold. Then it takes a vote. Now, based on the vote, if there's an overwhelming majority, then it takes a position. Now, if there's no overwhelming majority and there's a kind of a stalemate between the indicators, it creates a neutral status. This is what analysts call the hold. In investment, you have the buy, the hold, and the sell. So this is where it comes with the hold and say, hey, I'm not sure exactly what to do here, but I say maybe you be on guard and you watch now, because at this point, the investment is consolidating and either it goes up or it goes down, but I don't know where it's going. So you want to pay attention to when it gives you an hold statement, because it could change to either going to the upside or going to the downside. So first thing the idiot trader will give you as a signal. Now, this is no way in any way giving you a recommendation that you have to follow, right? So please, this is not an investment, hardware. It's just part of your skill set, right? Part of your tool set for you to make an informed decision, so that when you look at this indication, you can go back and do a detailed review of that portfolio. What are the news driving it, right? Is there something fundamental in the economy? Are there things that, pushing it? Are there a change of management? What are those things that drives it? But the indicator is to let you say, hey, calling your attention. It's like you're moving on the road and you get a siren. The siren is to let you pay attention to something that is coming or going, right? Now, going back to this status once more. So I have this stock, it's saying it's a neutral status. This is the vote. Then I have a strong buy for access call. So if I'm holding access call and it's a strong buy, I continue to hold it because I know it's most likely going up. I have ICO, strong buy. GTCO is on a neutral status. So what it means is that I have to watch the performance. And in the last time, if you're a chartist and you like chart, when you click on this investment, right, it takes you to the chart and you can basically see the trend better in the chart and all of that. So just click on any of this stock. Once you click on it, it takes you to where you basically can go and do a deeper technical review if you are an advanced investor or intermediate, you can go ahead and do all of those for that deep dive. But what this means as an investor for you is that you can basically monitor your stocks. So the problem of knowing when to get out, it's in now, technically, there for you to know when to exit your investment. And this is not something general. This is something peculiar to you as an investor and is custom made to you. Okay. So this is the AI assisted analyst, which we basically believe you take advantage and you're going to use in your investments going forward to make a decent return. Because just to do a recap, your entry, your monitoring, your exit has to be intact for you to make a decent return in the market. The market has potential, but you have your role to play to realize the full potential. Okay, so I know I've taken much of our time, but I just want you can go to any app store, Android, iOS, and download the IDIA Trader mobile app, and you can basically have the full experience. So just a quick touch on some of the functionality. I'm not going to basically do a deep dive, but I believe that when you download and you have experience, there are a couple of, user manual and guide that will basically guide you through it. But just to give you, a quick run through, so you have your basic information, your KYC and all of that. You can deposit fund. So if you're trading with your broker, you can deposit fund and trade immediately. You can manage your account. You can trade as a pro, check your trade status, trade triggers. So trade triggers are like you have your own price or you have your own condition for exit, right? Fine. You can, I think, let me just explain to you. So the trade trigger concept is that you set your own criteria for exiting the market, right? So I'll just do a quick view, just a quick snippet, because I believe that this is also for people that want to take control. You can have an assisted system, and sometimes you're interested in taking control of the whole thing. So, right, so you can basically choose any of the attributes, right, whether it's price, volume, 52-week high, 52-week low, and then you can say, okay, when the price hits this or greater than this, I want to be aware of this. Now, what this means is that at times you have your own price that you want the market to get to before you get it. Now, you don't have to log in every day, checking price lists, listen to the news and all of that. All you need to do is that put in your price in the system, either your desired entry price or your desired exit price, put it as an alert. The system monitors every second of the trading hour, and immediately your conditions are met and fulfilled, the system auto-generates a notification and send it to you right away. So this is something that you'll be able to, take advantage, of as well. So that is that's that. And then you also have, opportunities to, join a chat, room as well. So one of the things about chat community is that when you're basically doing the when you're investing, sometimes you want to create a community around it and just to hear what other people have to say about, the investment experience. So there's a chat room which you can create as well and basically, be part of a community that basically helps, each other grow, in investments, knowledge, and important stuff. So this is in no way going to allow this straight administrative rule to ensure that you don't get spam or have any unrelated content that will not something of selling, all of that. Those will be automatically removed from it. Okay. So these are basically the core, of this. And I think the theme of this is how you can leverage the power of AI to make informed, decision. So thank you very much. I didn't go into the Trade Pro, right? But the Trade Wizard, just a quick one. I'm just going to step through it, just to, for those that just want to say. So the Trade Wizard is basically a quick it's a platform that allows beginners to learn about investments, right? So most times we kind of find it difficult to understand where to start from. I know for sure sometimes you have a 400 securities on the Nigerian, exchange, and it's very difficult to know where to start from as a beginner. So one thing about it is to choose. So what the system will do, first of all, is to curate a list of investments for you. So one of the investments is to say, okay, what is your, best performer? What's your criteria? Why do you want to invest, right? What's your choice of investments? So based on that, you can start drilling down. So putting all the investments in a class, right? So you know which class you're going for and not just trying to, figure things out and listen to news and don't even know. So there are different categories. You have stocks with the best performer. You have stock paying highest dividends. You have most traded stocks. You have, real estate, largest company, banking, insurance, oil and gas, Lotus Islamic, industrial, ETFs, and you can make a choice of where you want to start. So if I'm interested in stocks that trade volume because I'm interested in volume, so this is going to pick me the top 20 stocks, that basically, have, volumes as of today. So if I'm interested in beginners, I basically have best performers stock. So basically, this gives me, quite a number. And one thing about it is that when I'm trying to sell, for example, and I say Dangsem, right, it's going to walk me through the process of, making my limit order, what it means, and, different choices for me. And then I can continue and then put amount I want to buy in Naira, whether I'm interested in buying, 2,000 Naira worth of stocks. And then I click on my preview order, it calculates, the stock for me, and I submit my order. So it's as simple as that, and then you're done, and you can monitor your order status, what are your order status, and cancel or amend your order as the case may be. Okay, so I think at this point I would thank you very much for your time listening. I will encourage every one of us to please go ahead, download the app from iOS and App Store and iOS App Stores and also Play Store for Android users, and basically have the full experience. We have our support. You can always contact us at IDIA Trader at InfoWARE Limited. We'll provide you additional guidance as required. So thank you very much for your time, and we take your questions. Thank you.